Hello, good morning, sir.
Very good morning.
So, I think we should start with the session now.
Okay.
So, hello everyone, and welcome to this special live session on navigating the climate crisis, its impacts, causes, and nature based solutions. So, before we start our session, I would like to express my gratitude to everyone who have joined us today. And my name is Ananya Sharma, and I aspire to specialize in conservation, sustainable management, and biodiversity preservation, driven by the belief that nurturing our natural resources is essential for a sustainable future. And currently, I am a project intern at Sustaina Greens. We have with us in audience Dr. Minakshi Singh, who is the founder and CEO of Sustaina Greens. So, Sustaina Green is a green tech consulting firm that offers technically feasible solutions to assist public and private sectors organizations in characterizing, evaluating, quantifying, and managing their relationship with the nature based and associated climate risks. And in today's session, we are delighted to extend a warm welcome to Professor Hitesh Solanki, sir, currently serving as Professor and Head of the Department of Botany, Bioinformatics, and Climate Change Impacts Management at Gujarat University, Ahmedabad. So, Professor
Thank you.
Solanki brings with him over 30 years of extensive teaching and research experience. Notably, he holds the distinguished position of fellow scientist in the Society of Earth Science and Life Sciences leaflets, as well as being a fellow of the International Association of Zoologists. Dr. Solanki has successfully led 5 major research programs and is currently overseeing 3 ongoing projects for the Meteorological and Oceanography Program, Geoscience and Applications Program, Geospatial Program, Climate Change Program, and Biodiversity Program.
Excuse me, your voice is not audible. There is no voice. No.
Give me a second.
Okay.
Manvi,
Yeah, now come.
now
Now your
audible,
voice
sir?
is audible. Yeah,
Okay,
audible.
sir. Sorry, sir, for this technical glitch that I had. So, yeah, so we were talking about your awards. So, your contributions have been recognized with numerous awards, including the Green Mentor Award, the Golden Petal Award twice, and the Lifetime Achievement Award in Climate Change, among the other awards. Furthermore, Professor Solanki's mentorship has been instrumental, having supervised 49 PhD students, with 41 students successfully awarded their degrees under his guidance. And now we are privileged to have Professor Solanki join us today. So now we look forward to his valuable insights and contributions to our session. So let's welcome Sir, and hello and welcome Sir. So now you could say a few words as
Thank
per.
you. Thank you very much for introducing me.
Yes, sir.
Uh, I'm ready with my talk.
Okay, sir. So
So
thank you, sir.
we will proceed.
Okay, okay, sir. So today we are diving into a conversation about climate crisis and nature-based solutions. So we'll have a Q&A session. So stick around and feel free to drop your questions in the chat box. Okay. So my first question is that, sir, why is it important for people to understand the causes and impacts of climate crisis?
Okay, very good question. The first thing, we need to understand climate change, and we also need to see the difference between climate change and weather change.
Yes, sir.
Weather change is a seasonal changes, while climate change is a decadal changes. So over the period of time, not less than 30 years, and then we come to decide, okay, this is the climate change, not a weather change.
Okay,
So
sir.
nowadays we are observing or listening the news and everything that climate is changing and so on. Heat is increasing like that. There is a unusual rainfall or drought seasons are there. So this is all due to periodical changes in the weather pattern due to certain human activity, and this phenomenon known as the climate change. So when we talk about the climate change crisis, first we need to understand, we means we the people need to understand what are the crucial crises are there. First, we must inform by decision making. When the people understand the root causes of climate change, they can make informed decision in their personal lives,
Yes, sir.
as well as advocate the policies and addresses this cause at local, national and global level. Second, mitigation efforts also required to combat with climate crisis. The awareness of causes of climate change enables individuals, community, and government to take protective steps to mitigate its effect. These may indicate and include reducing carbon emission and investing in renewable energy. Then we require to adaptation strategies. So, understanding the impacts of climate change helps community and government to develop effective adaptation strategies by anticipating changes in weather pattern, sea level rise, ecosystem changing. They can better prepare for the and respond to the challenges posed by the changing climate.
Yes.
Also, we require global cooperation and we must protect our Mother Earth by protecting future generations.
Yes.
So, overall, understanding the causes and impact of climate crisis is essential for the forecasting and fostering a sense of urgency, mobilization action, and building a sustainable future for all.
Okay, so thank you so much, sir, for such a brief answer. So, my next question is, sir, what are some key indicators or evidence of climate change?
As we all know, there are numerous indicators and evidence of climate change nowadays we observe. We means the common people also and scientists also.
Mm.
The climate change may many of which have been observed over the past period of decades of the century, and some are first is rising temperature. We all observing all this rising temperature nowadays in India as
Yes,
well
sir.
as globally.
Yes, sir.
Second is melting ice. This is very common phenomenon. People heard about this. This is one another indicator. Then rising sea level. It is already started in some areas of globe, observing the rising of sea level in their particular lands. Then changing in precipitation pattern. So last few years, if you observed, so many news comes the sudden heavy rainfall within
Yes,
one
sir.
day or within a few hours. There are 15 to 20 inch of rainfall. This is not common phenomenon. Okay, so precipitation pattern is we are observing changing in past few years. Okay, last 10 years we make the observation the precipitation change uh, pattern is changing now. Then extreme weather events. Climate
Yes.
change is associated with the increase in frequency and intensity of extreme weather events such as heat waves, hurricanes, droughts, wildfires, etc. So we all know about wildfires. We are noticing in uh, within a few months there are news came from wildflower in Australia, wildflower in Amazon area, wildflower in eastern Himalayan areas. Even in Gujarat, we observe
Mm.
wildfire. So this is one more indicator. Then ocean acidification. As the concentration of carbon dioxide increase in the atmosphere, the a portion of it is absorbed by the ocean water, and it lead to decrease in pH level
Oh,
of ocean water. This can having significant impacts on marine ecosystem, and particularly the impact on coral reefs and shellfish life. Then one major impact of or indicator when we observe ecosystem changes, shift of ecosystem also. The climate change is causing shift in the distribution and behavior of plant and animal species as they respond to change in the temperature, precipitation, and other environmental factors. And also, we are observing ocean warming. This is one more important indicator of climate change. The ocean are absorbing much of the excess heat trapped by the greenhouse gases and leading to warming ocean temperature. And this can disturb marine ecosystem and have cascading effect on the global climate system. These indicators, among other, provides strong evidence that Earth climate is changing as a result of human activity, particularly the burning of fossil fuels and release of greenhouse gases into the atmosphere.
okay, sir. So thank you so much. So my next question is almost similar. That what are the current and projected impacts of climate change on ecosystem that we see nowadays, like in present scenarios?
Yeah, it's a really good question for everyone because we need to understand what are the changes, what are the projected impacted, and depend upon that and we the people and the government need to be act accordingly. The impacts of climate change on ecosystem are wide range and varied, affecting both terrestrial and the marine ecosystem. Some current and projected impacts include loss of biodiversity. This is the major problem. The climate change is expected to accelerate the rate of species extinction as a habitat is changing faster than period of time.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, so it impacts on the plants as well as on animals.
Yes, sir.
And due to these changes, plants or animal cannot able to adapt the situations what they are facing now. So plants and animal become extinct nowadays.
Hmm.
We are losing so many uh, plant species as well as animal species daily on daily basis. And this record is available with the red data book of IUCN.
Yes, sir.
Second thing, changes in species distribution also. The timely we observed when the climate is changed. The scenario is also changing during the period of time. And climate change effect on many species. Okay. They also mismatching their habitat when they are migrating one place to another place. They cannot able to adapt the situation and they become extinct. Then one more thing we are observing as a climatologist, altered phenology. The climate change is affecting timing of biological events such as flowering time, migration, and breeding time. And this dis- disputing the delimited and delicate timing of interaction between the species. Okay, so this can eventually affect on consequences of pollination, heat dispersal, and predator prey relationship. This is because of climate change in altered phenological scale now. We need to study more about this. Then loss of habitat, as I talked, ocean acidification is also there. Then increased frequency of extreme events. We all observed all these things in last few years. So many hurricanes, earthquakes, sudden rainfall, drought in many countries of Africa. Okay, look, this is not common nowadays. Second, the loss of ecosystem services. This is major thing. We need to care. The ecosystem provide a wide range of services that are essential for human well-being, including food and fresh water, climate regulation, pollination, and nutrient cycling. The climate threatens to disturb these services and leading to navigate and negative impacts on agriculture, water resources, and human health. Overall, the impacts of climate change on ecosystem are complex and interconnected with far-reaching consequences of both natural and human systems. Efforts to mitigate and adapt these impacts are essential for protecting biodiversity, maintaining ecosystem services, and ensuring resilience of ecosystem to the face of climate change. Again, we lost your voice.
Sorry, sir.
Ah, yeah, okay. Not able to hear.
Now, sir?
Yeah, fine.
Okay, sir. So I'm again sorry for that. So, sir, I wanted to thank you, sir, for all the knowledge that you shared with us regarding climate crisis. So now my question is based on nature-based solution. So, sir, what are nature-based solutions and how do they differ from traditional approaches to mitigating climate change?
Okay. So nature-based solutions are the actions that harness the power of ecosystems and biodiversity to address societal changes, including climate change. Okay. This solution work with nature to provide benefits for both the people and the environment.
Okay, sir.
Some examples of nature-based solutions include afforestation and reforestation, sustainable land management practices, ecosystem restoration, and the protection and conservation of natural habitats such as forest, wetlands, and coastal areas. So, nature-based solutions differ from the traditional approaches. Okay, first
Okay,
we
sir.
need to understand that. And to mitigate climate change, there are several key ways by natural or nature-based solution. First is natural process. We need to understand natural processes. So nature-based solutions rely on natural processes and ecosystem services to achieve climate mitigation and adaptation goals. For example, forests act as a carbon sink and as absorbing and storing carbon dioxide from the atmosphere, while wetlands and mangrove provide coastal protection by buffering against storm surges and erosions also. And they are also big carbon sink of the nature.
Okay, sir.
Then we need to understand co-benefits of nature-based solutions. So nature-based solutions often provide multiple co-benefits beyond the climate mitigation, including biodiversity conservation, water purification, and soil erosion control, as well as recreational opportunities they also provide. These co-benefits can enhance the ecosystem resilience and contribute to the human well-being and sustainable development. Then
Okay, sir.
third point is adaptive capacity of
Yes.
nature-based solutions. The nature-based solutions can enhance ecosystem resilience and adaptive capacity, helping ecosystem and communities to cope with impacts of climate change such as extreme weather events, sea level rise, and shift in precipitation patterns. By restoring and conserving natural habitats, nature-based solutions can help maintain ecosystem function and services that are essential for human survival and livelihoods. Cost effectiveness also it depends on that. So nature based
Okay.
solutions are often cost effective compared to the traditional engineering solutions for climate mitigation and adaptation. For example, restoring degraded forest or wetland can more cost effective than the building sea walls or other infrastructure to protect against the coastal erosion and flooding. Then one more thing is very important is local engagement. Local
Okay.
engagement is nature-based solution often involved in local communities and stakeholders in their design. Also, implementation and the management fostering the social inclusion, empowerment, and the ownership. By engaging local knowledge and expertise, NBS can be tailored to local needs and priorities and increasing their effectiveness in sustainability. Overall, nature-based solutions are offer innovative and holistic approach to addressing climate change that recognize the interaction of ecosystem, biodiversity, and human well-being. By working with the nature rather than against it, NBS can help and build climate resilient societies and promote the more sustainable and equitable future for all of us.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much, sir. So, sir, can you provide us with examples of some successful nature-based solutions implemented around the world?
Yes, certainly. There are numerous examples of successful nature-based solutions uh, that are implemented around the world. So few are mangrove restoration in Indonesia. One example is that Indonesia has implemented large-scale mangrove restoration projects to protect coastal communities from their impact of climate change, including sea level rise and storm surge. These projects involve planting and restoring mangrove forests and along with the vulnerable coastline and providing coastal protection and carbon sequestration and habitat for the biodiversity. This is the first example of that.
Yeah.
Then, if you remember that tsunami
Yes, sir.
in India, in
Mm.
Madras area, so there is a large belt of mangrove ecosystem, and due to that, the people living in villages they able to survive their life due to that mangrove ecosystem. Then agroforestry in Kenya. Agroforestry practices in Kenya, such as the planning of and planting of trees on farm and integration of trees into the agricultural landscape, have helped to improve soil fertility, increase in crop yield, and enhance the resilience to climate change. These practice also provide additional benefits such as trade, order, and livestock, and also they able give increase in income generation for small farm.
Okay, sir.
And reforestation in Brazil is one more example. Then wetland restoration in United States, urban greening in Singapore, community-based forest management in Nepal. There are so many examples are available. Even in India also, uh, that is rainwater harvesting in Rajasthan region, even in check dams in Gujarat. These are helping the farmers and as well as they increase water level, increase in that water table. These are the many example also there in another countries, also in Arabian region also they are practicing for this kind of things.
Okay, sir. So, sir, what are the various biggest challenges in implementing those nature-based solutions?
Uh, there are many challenges we are facing nowadays. While nature-based solutions offer the promising avenues for addressing climate change and promoting sustainable development, they also face many problems. First is limited funding and resources.
Yes, sir.
Sorry, 1 minute, please.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sure.
So, limited funding and resources. One of the primary challenge in implementation of nature-based solution is securing adequate funding and resources for planning, implementation, and long-term maintenance. Nature-based projects often require upfront investment and ongoing support, which can be difficult to obtain frequently, and particularly in low-income communities in countries as well as in developing countries, they are facing this limited funding and resources problem. Then, second, policy and regulatory barriers are also there.
Okay, sir.
In many cases, policy and regulatory barriers can hinder the implementation of nature-based solution. Outdated or conflicted policies and unclear land tenure agreements and certain hurdles can make it challenging to undertake these kind of projects such as land restoration and others are having certain problems for sustainable nature-based uh, solutions. The lack of technical expertise and capacity. While we talk about the nature-based solution, the implementing nature-based solution requires technical expertise in fields such as ecology, forestry, hydrology, landscaping management. However, many communities and organizations lack the necessary expertise and capacity to design and implement and monitor nature-based projects effectively. Because this is lack of understanding, lack of funding, lack of knowledge. Then social and natural and cultural barriers are also there to implement these kind of things. The social and cultural factors can pose the challenges to implementation of nature-based solution. It's conflicted land use practices, competing among stakeholders, and traditional knowledge system may need to be addressed to ensure the success and sustainability of NBS, and engaging local communities and respecting indigenous right and incorporating traditional knowledge can help to overcome these barriers.
Okay, sir.
Then again, climate change impacts are major barrier to solve this problem because certain unwanted changes or extreme events can disturb this NBS also. Then monitoring and evolution of NBS is also required, and monitoring and evolution, the effectiveness of nature-based solution can be challenging due to the complexity of ecosystem. Okay,
Okay, sir.
and the long time frames involved and the lack of standardized metrics is also we need to carry for understanding this kind of problem. Then robust monitoring and evolution system are need, needed to track progress, assess impact, and learn from the both successes and failure. Right? This is not always successful practice.
Yes, sir.
It
Yes,
may be
yes.
having certain 50-50 kind of thing,
Yes,
failure
sir.
or success.
Yes, sir.
So,
Yes.
addressing these challenges will require collaboration and coordination among the government, civil society, organization, the private sector, and the local community. By
Yes.
overcoming these barriers, nature based solutions can play a critical role in addressing climate change and conserving the biodiversity and promoting sustainable development.
Okay, sir. So thank you so much for such a great answer for our question. So, sir, my next question is that what are the various opportunities that exist for collaboration between governments, various organizations, and communities to address climate crisis?
Okay. Uh, there are numerous opportunities for collaboration between the governments, organizations, and communities to address the climate crisis, okay, effectively. So,
Yes.
first is policy coordination. In my view, the policy
Okay, sir.
coordination is required. So, government can collaborate at local, national, and international level to develop and implement the policies and regulation that address the root causes of climate change, such as carbon emission, deforestation, and unsustainable land use practices. These can include setting the ambitious emission reduction targets, implementing carbon pricing mechanism, and promoting renewable energy and energy efficiency measures. Second thing, partnership with NGOs and civil societies. Okay, so governments can partner with non-governmental organizations, community groups, and civil society organizations to leverage their expertise, resources, and grassroots network in addressing climate change and climate crisis. This partnership can involve jointly with initiatives such as tree planting, campaigning, environmental education programs, and advocacy efforts to promote the climate action and rise in awareness. Then public private power partnership is also required because every time government not able to help in certain things. So
Yes.
public private partnership uh, can be collaborate with government, with private sectors, private companies and businesses and other things to mobilize the investment and innovation in climate friendly technologies and practices. Public private partnerships can help scale up climate situations and solutions also, and create green jobs and stimulate economic growth while reducing greenhouse gas emission and promoting sustainable development. The international cooperation is also similar way we require the governments can engage in international cooperation and diplomacy to address the global nature changes due to climate crisis. This can include participating in multilateral agreements such as the Paris Agreement and others, sharing benefit and best practices of technology, providing financial assistance to developing countries for climate adaptation. The next is community engagement and empowerment. So government can engage the local communities and indigenous people and also marginalized group to ensure that climate policies and initiatives are inclusive and participatory and equitable also. This
Okay.
can involve consulting communities on climate related decisions, supporting community to lead adaptation and resilience projects among them and recognizing their rights and knowledge of indigenous people in climate governance. Then one more thing is we required capacity building and knowledge sharing. This is our what the word say that this is our role to the community. Okay,
Yes, sir.
we the government, we the people, we the educator required. capacity building and knowledge sharing among the uh, our local community,
Yes,
ethnic
sir.
community, and the urban community to aware the crisis of climate,
Yes,
to
sir.
share the knowledge, how to combat with climate change and climate change crisis, to overcome health crisis due to climate change. So overall, collaboration between government, organization, and communities is essential for effectively addressing the climate crisis and achieving the goals of the Paris Agreement and the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. By working together across sectors and jurisdiction, we can harness collective action and innovation to build a more sustainable and resilient future for all.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much, sir. So, sir, what are the various steps that individuals can take to advocate for climate action and support various nature-based solutions?
Okay. So individual can take several steps to advocate climate action and support nature-based solution. Okay. First is educate yourself.
Yes, sir.
Means self-education is required.
Self-education. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So stay informed about climate change and nature-based solution by the reading of reliable sources. Okay. It is required. Reliable. I'm putting weight on reliable
Yes,
source
sir. Yes, sir. Reliable.
of information.
Hmm.
Also be required to attending workshop of seminar like this, what you are doing
Yes.
right now,
Yes, sir.
and engaging with experts and organizers working on this issue. Second thing, rise of awareness.
Yes,
So
sir.
share information. If I know something, it's not up to me only. I need to share this thing
Share.
with others, with the community, with the people, with the government. Okay. So rising awareness is also required, and for that, we share this knowledge with friends, family, and community by use of social media, blogs, and other platforms to raise awareness and start conversation and inspire to take certain actions.
Yes, sir.
Third thing, contact policymakers. What you know, you need to share with the policymakers also.
Yes,
Uh, Only sharing this knowledge to the from social media or other platform by seminar or conference and other things, this is not a proper way. So we need to contact policymakers, share our ideas, share our indigenous knowledge with the government to combat climate crisis, because the ethnic people also having good knowledge how to combat certain
yes,
things,
sir.
how to combat wildfire, how to plant a tree, like that thing. We also uh, need to share that we don't need to plant Himalayan trees in the Kutch area. So we require to knowledge sharing. If you plant certain unusual trees in your areas, it will adversely affect on your groundwater table, as well as might be they are not able to survive in this particular regions. So we
Yes.
need to share this our knowledge to the
Hmm.
policymakers also. Then support conservation organizations. We need to support NGOs and other local level groups to share our knowledge and support if they required. There are good examples in Rajasthan, and they are planting trees. Okay, they support the
Okay.
nature.
Hmm.
Nowadays, awareness are there. People are trying to plant more and more trees. But
Yes, sir.
my one advice is that not that is not enough to plant a tree. You
Okay,
need
sir.
to care of that
Yes,
plant.
sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Then this is I told for participate in local initiative. When the NGOs and local communities are working on certain things, we need to support that activities. Then you should develop your mind in environmental
Yes,
way.
sir.
What are needed? Okay. And this
Yes.
is one. Then last thing in this point is
Yes, sir.
reduce your own carbon footprint.
Yes, sir.
But I'm not saying carbon footprint. It is actually ecological footprint because
Mm.
everything comes from the nature, from the ecosystem. So we need to reduce our ecological footprint. Take a personal action to reduce your carbon footprint, such as conserving energy, using public transport. We all know everything
Yes, sir. Yes,
about
sir.
it, but we are not adapting.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
This is the thing why we are not achieving our goals.
Mm.
We know, but we are not able to
Implementing
adapt
those.
or implement that
Yes,
things.
sir.
By taking these steps, individuals
Yes,
can
sir.
advocate the climate action, support
Mm.
nature-based solution in their communities, and beyond making a positive difference for the planet and future generation also.
Yes. Okay, sir. So, sir, my next question is that what do you think that in what way can our viewers get involved in various initiatives addressing to climate crisis?
Okay, as I told earlier, first
Yes.
educate yourself.
Mm.
Okay, then support advocacy organization. You need to support.
Yes, sir.
अकेले से कुछ नहीं होगा, अकेले से स्टार्ट होता है. Okay, but someone
प्रोसेस
started
में.
for
यस
certain
सर.
good things, we need to go with them and
ओके.
support them.
यस सर.
Then volunteer your time. You
हम्म.
give certain time for the nature. If you have a hectic schedule in a whole day, okay,
यस
but
सर.
for yourself, you are going to morning walk in every morning.
हम्म.
So if certain good things are going on, so
यस
you
सर.
volunteer yourself for the
ओके सर.
benefit of future generation. We are doing for future generation now.
यस सर. यस सर.
Okay. Then donate money or resources. If you have such a good amount of money, you can uh, uh, donate certain thing for nature-based solution and practices. Or
ओके
if you
सर.
don't have that much amount, but you have good seed collection or you
हम्म.
have good land area that is
हम्म.
not useful for you to you, then you can promote like Miyawaki forest or you can donate that for harvesting rainwater.
ओके सर.
Then try to educate your community. If you know certain things, you try to educate your community in events like marriage or social gathering or like that. You try to educate them.
ओके सर.
Then stay informed and engage others in similar activity and vote for climate friendly policies.
ओके सर.
Certain time we need to awake people and awake
यस सर.
yourself for the betterment of future generation.
हम्म.
So by getting involved in initiative addressing the climate crisis, viewers can play a meaningful role in advancing climate action, promoting and protecting the planet, and creating more sustainable and resilient future for all.
ओके सर. Okay, so now, do you have any final thoughts or message for our viewers regarding the importance of addressing the climate crisis from your
Very good.
side?
So whatever my thoughts are there, I put here. But again, I want to share my thoughts that as we confront the climate crisis, it's crucial to recognize the urgent need for collective action and bold solutions. Sometimes we need
Okay, sir.
to take a bold solutions.
Both
Climate change
solutions.
poses unpredicted challenges to our planet, ecosystem, and communities. But it is also present having certain opportunity for innovation, collaboration, and positive changes also.
Okay.
Addressing the climate crisis requires multifaceted approaches that involves individuals, communities, government, businesses, organizations working together towards a common goal. By taking action to reduce greenhouse gases emission, protect and restore the natural habitat, and build climate resilience, we can mitigate the worst impact of the climate change and create a more sustainable and equitable future for all. Let's seize the opportunity to come together
Yes,
and
sir.
inspire action and build a brighter future for our planet. The time for climate action is start now. Already
Eh,
start.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So thank you so much, sir, for sharing your thoughts and messages with us. So I think it's time now that we should take various questions from the comments that have been mentioned below. So, sir, there was a question that how does climate change affect vulnerable communities and economy?
Okay. So the climate change impacts severely on weather changes
Yes,
and
sir.
sudden drastic disasters occurring.
Hmm.
So vulnerable community first get affected by these kind of changes. And eventually, when this kind of events occur, the economy of the particular communities affected because some people work daily, they earn daily, and
Yes, sir.
then they take their livelihood from that only.
Yes, sir.
So they are most effective persons of this kind of changes. Secondly,
Yes.
the health part is coming because of their lower earning capacity, and when they face climate change crisis, they having certain diseases and that are expensive to uh, come out from that.
Yes.
So economically, they have certain big problems. So for that, government and community need to take care of that kind of problems and mitigate that things with certain policies.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much, sir. So, sir, there was another question that what are the limitations of various nature-based solutions? Are there
Oh, as
some
I told
limitations?
earlier in my slides that there are many
Yes,
limitations are
sir.
there. Intergovernmental
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
problems are there. Then policymakers and indigenous people understandings are problems
Lack
because
of
certain
communication.
type lack of communication, lack of
Yes, sir.
understanding, lack of uh, proper way to
Mm.
communicate certain things. Because I thought the dam is good for them,
Yes, sir.
but I don't know the local ecology, local areas, habitat, local
Yes, sir.
needs. Okay, so
Oh,
these
yes.
are the certain conflicts are there.
Yes, yes, sir. So, sir, next question is that how the role of carbon dioxide sequestration impacts ecosystem.
Yeah. For that carbon sequestration, as we all know, our forest, our ocean, our mangroves, and wetlands are big uh, carbon sequestration. Okay. So, but the decreasing in forest areas having created more problem. Second thing, we after urbanization and industrialization of our civil society, we increase the greenhouse gases in the atmosphere. And due to that, the temperature is increased. And having the what amount of carbon dioxide are there in atmosphere in natural way, And what right now we are having, increasing that, it's we are already almost touching 400 ton of carbon dioxide in our atmosphere right now.
Atmosphere. Yes, sir.
It's creating more problem to our planet, that having capacity to absorb carbon dioxide, and it create problems.
Yes, sir. So, sir, thank you so much for addressing all the questions. And, sir, that brings us to the end of today's live session on navigating the climate crisis, causes, impacts, and nature based solutions. And I hope you all find it informative and inspiring. So, if you did, so please give this video a thumbs up and share it with your friends and help spread the word to everyone around you. And thank you on behalf of Sustaina Greens for joining us today. Stay green, stay curious, and thank you so much, sir, again for such an informative session. Thank you so much, sir.
So my
Thank you.
last message is,
Yes,
save trees, save the
yes,
earth.
sir. Yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, sir. Bye, sir.